As recently as the 1960s, people with disabilities were seldom seen. Anyone who didn't fit the general mold of society were hidden away or institutionalized. Opportunities for them to contribute to society or lead what was considered a normal life were all but non-existent. Development Workshop was born out of local efforts in response to a national movement to establish services for people with disabilities. The dreamed-of services would allow individuals to remain in their homes and successfully integrate into their communities, to have jobs, to have housing, to be independent.
I'll never forget the first payday for these 12 individuals. First time many of them had received any kind of earnings, and I was privileged to call them into my office and personally hand them their first paychecks. Some people were just, ecstatic, and some people didn't know what a paycheck was. Some people just cried, like I did that first time. That was a tremendous occasion for our society, for our community, and not very many people knew about that. And to be privileged to be there as part of that. Still, after almost 40 years, is one of my highlights that I'll always cherish.
Though Development Workshop had been placing people in employment for several years, it was in 1986, through a grant awarded by the State Developmental Disabilities Council, that community-supported employment was created. Community-supported employment focused on matching the best employees to the needs of area businesses. Development Workshop success placing individuals in competitive, community-based employment under the grant established the foundation for community-supported employment being adopted as a vocational service offered throughout the state. Unwilling to stand still as a new decade began, Development Workshop continued to focus on innovation, new lines of business, new business entities, expansion of facilities, continued geographic expansion, and positive progression toward the corporate mission being realized. By 2006, 837 people received services through Development Workshop. In an effort to provide opportunities over a wider geographic area, a new office in Blackfoot opened to provide placement and supported employment.
Transition to the workshop was a really great experience for us. It made our daughter feel like she was a productive person. The work end of things at the workshop has been great. Her paycheck, looking forward to her paydays. She looks forward to that. Every 2 weeks she asks every week if it's payday or not. If she wants to buy something, she always tells us that she has money to buy it, no matter what it is, if it's a car or an airplane, or it don't matter. Her checks are just as meaningful as anybody else's. So the work end of the workshop has been really a positive experience for her and for us.
Born out of a time when people with disabilities were discounted and pushed aside, a handful of humble champions dedicated themselves to radically changing the world. They saw hope where none existed, promise where there was failure. These champions crafted the vision statement of Development Workshop to help promote a society that values and accepts the diversity of all citizens and utilizes the abilities and potentials of all people. They, and those that followed them, dedicated themselves to that vision. Now, a new generation picks up the fight and works toward a day when disabilities are no longer seen, only people and their infinite potential. It's time to dream.